a privilege to be here with you today for the Cadets Culture Bus Tour. As the founder and executive director of the Honey Brown Hope Foundation, I am not here as an advocate, but as a community unifier to share with you our concerns in the Black community and to help you get to know who we are. I thank God in His precious Son's name, Jesus Christ, for this opportunity. Amen. Sheriff Gonzalez and Deputy Pancoa, I appreciate the Culture Bus Tour because it is a public safety initiative that will connect Harris County Sheriff's new cadets with the community that you serve across sectors, experiences, and viewpoints. This tour is a step towards building a foundation for mutual respect between Harris County Sheriff's Department and the communities that have been entrusted with to serve and protect. This tour sends a message that the department cares about the critical public safety issues impacting residents in Houston. To build on the foundation of public trust established here today, our community needs transparency and accountability from the Harris County Sheriff's Department to build a stronger, safer, and healthier Houston. The work towards a safe Houston for Black Americans started long ago, right here at Emancipation Park in 1872. 4 former enslaved Black American leaders established this park by purchasing 10 acres of land. The park was created to provide a safe environment where free Blacks could celebrate Juneteenth. Until the 1950s, Emancipation Park was the only public park and swimming pool in Houston open to African Americans due to segregation. It was donated to the city of Houston in 1916. And in 2019, it was designated as a slave site. There's an African proverb that says, when you pray, move your feet. Reverend John Jack Henry Yates, affectionately known as Jack Yates, along with 3 other prominent Black community leaders, prayed and moved their feet to create Emancipation Park so that free Blacks could celebrate their liberty without fear of intimidation, being unfairly arrested, beaten, hung, or killed for being Black. Fast forward, in 2015, where we are honored to have the great-great-grandson-in-law of Reverend Jack Yates, Pastor Lou, praying for the unification between the Harris County Sheriff's Department and the community it serves. It is truly a blessing and honor to have Pastor Lou petition God for His divine protection and safety over our community and over our new cadets and Harris County Sheriff's Department as a whole. Now, his wife, Jacqueline Bostic McElroy, is a direct descendant of the great-great-granddaughter of Reverend Jack Yates. There is a recognized connection in the Black community between the establishment of law enforcement and slavery. The first organized police in the American South, the slave patrols, were created to control enslaved people by any means necessary. After slavery was abolished, these patrols did not disappear. Instead, they evolved into former police departments with their activities, methods, and the laws they enforced becoming foundational to the development of early American law enforcement and continuing to contribute to policing of Black communities today. Mark Twain once said, "You can never be wrong by doing right." That simple truth is at the heart of what I will share with you today. As new cadets, you're at the beginning of a powerful and challenging career. And this is your moment to form what it means to be a Harris County Sheriff's Deputy. The crisis and call to action. Houston, we have a problem. The Harris County Jail is in crisis. In 2015, alone, 13 people have died while in custody. Furthermore, 50% of the residents in the Harris County Jail are Black. Many of these residents face mental health issues, drug addiction, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Unfortunately, they are not getting proper medical care because the medical providers are outsourced. As the next generation of public safety officers, you have an opportunity to reimagine your department to create a place where everyone, including residents of the Harris County Jail, feel safe by holding every officer accountable for not following the law and the department's policy. You probably heard the saying, "One bad apple can spoil the whole bunch." A single road officer who violates their oath not only endangers the public, but also jeopardizes the trust and safety of their fellow officers. Your integrity and the integrity of your colleagues is what builds public trust. The community needs you to stand up and hold everyone accountable, including yourselves, your fellow officers, to ensure public safety and officer safety. Often law enforcement depends on the public to stand up and say something when they see something, to address crime, to be a mutually effective public appeal. The public needs Harris County Sheriff Department personnel to stand up, intervene, and report an injustice when you see a wrong and crime perpetrated by a rogue officer. For our community safety, officer safety, and detainee safety. Partnering for a safer community to gain public trust. As new sheriff cadets, you can build trust in the community through active community engagement with those whom you have been entrusted to protect and serve. I can tell you that by demonstrating ethical behavior and transparency, you can tear down the walls of division, level vital community partnerships, and promote mutual respect. A mindset of service is critical for establishing rapport and building legitimacy. Earning trust starts with treating community members with dignity and respect. First-hand interaction with those whom you are serving will expose you to local issues and help you understand the community, active community engagement. To build trust and mutual respect, attend community events like Coffee with a Cop, or offer monthly back-to-school safety tips to be published in the school district's newsletter. These projects can provide you with an opportunity to engage with residents in a low-pressure, informal setting. The personal interaction will also help people see you, the person behind the uniform, which breaks down barriers and humanizes law enforcement. Participating in outreach programs. By coaching youth or volunteering for community events, including church events, you can form positive relationships with young people and their families. These non-enforcement interactions build a long-term foundation of mutual respect. Engage in day-to-day dialogue will help you develop a personal knowledge of your assigned area. Now, how many of you believe an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Let me see your hand. Mm-hmm. With that in mind, we in the community need to be reassured that the Sheriff's Department values those who they are sworn to protect and serve. Transparency and accountability. Building trust involves demonstrating transparency, communicating openly, and accepting responsibility for mistakes, which we all make. Publicly accessibility and policies, enforcement for use of force, search, and other procedures show the community that law enforcement is held to a clear public standard. Honest communication during incidents is critical. Providing timely and adequate information after a critical incident prevents the community from feeling that facts are being hidden. Going on listening and responsive tours. Trust is built on mutual understanding and respect. You can work with your department to host listening sessions where community members can voice their concerns, showing the community that you care about them, that you value them, you value their feedback, and this will lead to meaningful changes in service and reinforce that their voices are heard and valued. I urge you to reimagine the future of policing with the new deputy bat. As you begin to imagine your role, consider a new kind of deputy bat, one that holds more than just a firearm and handcuffs. Imagine using some other critical tools like accountability for yourself, for your fellow officers, and for everyone in the community. Relationship building. The ability to build trust through action, everyday interaction and communication. Demonstrating care through action and words. Think of these tools as your body armor, and let your firearm be a last resort. These new additions to your deputy belt can help you keep your firearms in its holster. I encourage you to embrace this new approach to your duty. Your commitment to these principles will not only make Houston a safer and healthier place, but they will also redefine what it means to be who you are, a community hero. Now I'm opening up the floor for a brief discussion. I'm looking for some volunteers to share what they would include in their new deputy BAP, to help build and maintain rapport with the community for crime prevention.
To be more involved with the community, to help be a pillar of that community for the people of this community.
Awesome, thank you.
To understand a community, you really have to know the history of the community first. And once you know the history of the community, then you can evolve and make it better for the rest of the people.
Excellent, both excellent comments. Come on now, let's hear from some more folks.
Openness and communication for transparency is definitely a good thing. Working for each side of policing.
My takeaway was the history from this area. I'm not familiar with it, so you taught me a lot about the history. Very interesting, and how my fellow cadet said, you need to understand the history in order to be a better police officer in that community.
Thank you, thank you. Now I'd like to get two cadets to come forward and help me discuss how we can build a stronger foundation for a partnership between the community and the sheriff department. Please share your vision for establishing public trust, hope, and true community partnership. Just two. Right, you two, come on, all right. Yeah, what your vision is.
So it's personal for me because I grew up in the school. I went to Yates High School with the Romans. So, I think for me, being a kid growing up, I guess my outlook, how I saw police was, they were against us. But it took me getting a little bit older to understand that, hey, their reason is to prevent us from falling into the trap. I grew up around a lot of friends that fell into that trap and, either no longer or hitting the other one fell. So if I can instill in a youngster, hey, let's do it a different way. I'm not here to be against you. I'm here to mold you into a better person. Even if it doesn't lead to a career in law enforcement. It's just being a community member, being a business owner, going back into media as you know.
Excellent. Executive citizen, that's part of your job. Thank you.
I'm Cadet Magnet. I feel like for the community, we have to gain trust from the African Americans. I feel as though people who's the same color as us, they feel like when we put on this uniform, we've switched sides. My blackness doesn't change with the uniform on or off. So I feel as though throughout the community, I'm going to instill that into people that I come across, that I still am the black woman that I am with or without this uniform. I still have the same courage and I still have the same background as anyone else who looks like me. I hope this also instills to them that people who look like me can be in a higher position than we think we can't be. We can always be above what we think we can outcome. Just because we're black doesn't mean we can't be a cop, we can't be a doctor, we can't be a nurse. Over time, I feel as though with more community policing, African Americans will start to learn, okay, we see more black cops, we see more black doctors, and they'll look at us and know that they can excel what they are. And thank you.
Now, the Honey Brown Hope Foundation is excited about the possibility of collaborating with the Harris County Sheriff Department. We believe that by providing suggestions and feedback, we can work together to establish a unified crime prevention partnership for the mutual benefit of everyone. In closing, I am requesting the Sheriff Department to operate with transparency and accountability. This approach will foster mutual respect, promote public trust, deter crime, and address it effectively. It will also help us care for each other's well-being, promoting hope and a healthier Houston. I pray that God will bless, guide, and keep you all safe as you embark on the honorable profession you're in. Thank you, Sade, Pastor Lou, Sheriff Gonzalez, Deputy Pantoja, new cadets, and that's a joke between me and him. My sister over here had to work with me to pronounce it correctly. Would you stand? Yeah. Thank you. And everyone in the Sheriff's Department for engaging with the communities you are entrusted to protect and serve. After all, there is no one better to partner with for public safety than the very people in the community who are dealing with the issue. Thank you so much.